Almost 3 decades ago, Buffy the Vampire Slayer turned a group of young actors into household names. And the dramatic changes in their lives since then are hard to believe. Could Sarah Michelle Gellar really be reprising her iconic role?
I think that's true, and I've always stood by that.
Who's been caught up in scandals and struggles?
I think I just have a lot of shame.
And in shocking news, why did Michelle Trachtenberg pass away at just 39? Keep watching. We've got all the answers. Alyson Hannigan as Willow Rosenberg. This actress has stayed busy since her Buffy days, stealing hearts as Lily Aldrin in How I Met Your Mother. And let's not forget her iconic role as Michelle in the American Pie franchise. She also became a go-to host, leading shows like Penn and Teller Fool Us, Girl Scout Cookie Championship, and Outrageous Pumpkins. More recently, she starred in Office Race and Disney Plus's Flora and Ulysses. Beyond the screen, 50-year-old Alyson enjoys horseback riding, painting, and even playing the clarinet. And in 2023, she took on an entirely new challenge, Dancing with the Stars, finishing in 5th place. And her personal life? Just as sweet. She and Buffy co-star Alexis Denisof have been together since 1999, married in 2003, and share 2 daughters, Satyana and Kiva.
Tony Head, who played Giles, he was like, absolutely do not date. You guys are going to ruin your friendship. And I love to remind him of that every anniversary.
What about one of the show's most memorable female villains? Charisma Carpenter as Cordelia Chase. In fact, she was the first to speak out against the Buffy creator, detailing her toxic experiences on set. In a Twitter post, Carpenter revealed how Whedon was emotionally abusive toward her during filming. He was mean and biting, disparaging about others openly, and often played favorites.
I just really feel like I said everything that I needed to say, and it took me 2 weeks to write that letter.
After speaking out, Carpenter's career took a new direction. The star reprised her beloved role as Cordelia Chase in the 2023 audio series Slayers: A Buffyverse Story. She had brief roles in hit shows like Chicago PD, Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, 911, and Dynasty. Plus, she was the female lead on Angel spin-off for 4 of its 5 seasons. Charisma also hosted and produced a true crime series, Surviving Evil. Off-screen, she's been focused on raising her son Donovan, whom she shares with her ex-husband, Damian Hardy. At 54, Charisma is very active on social media, using her platform not only to share personal milestones, but also to raise awareness on issues close to her heart. She's been a vocal supporter of animal rights and mental health awareness. And coincidentally, her Buffy co-star has had his own experience with the latter. Nicholas Brendon as Xander Harris. In fact, his off-screen struggles have overshadowed his career.
I don't know.
Brendon has battled alcoholism and depression for years, checking into rehab multiple times since 2004. His legal troubles have made plenty of headlines too. He's been arrested for everything from property destruction and theft to domestic violence and drug-related charges. In 2021, things took another turn when Indiana police pulled him over for erratic driving and found secret compartments in his car.
I look at my life and I just think, how things could have been different,
On top of all that, his health has been a major concern. In 2022, he suffered a heart attack, his second within a year. Nicholas has also undergone multiple spinal surgeries due to cauda equina syndrome, a serious nerve condition that's left him in chronic pain. Nicholas's love life has been turbulent as well. In the 2000s, he was married to Tressa DeFiglia. Later, he tied the knot with Munda T in 2014, but that marriage lasted less than a year. Despite everything, Brendon still has a creative outlet. He's been focusing on his artwork and even released a fall art collection. He's also co-written Buffy comic books for Dark Horse, keeping his connection to the franchise alive. And it looks like he still has a few upcoming acting projects in the works. What about the oldest actor in this vampire's company? Anthony Stewart Head as Watcher. After his days in Sunnydale, he took on roles in series like Merlin, and more recently, he popped up in Ted Lasso as the former Richmond FC owner, Rupert Mannion. Music is another of Anthony's passions. He has released albums featuring both original songs and covers. On the personal front, Anthony has been with his partner, Sarah Fisher, for over 40 years. The couple has 2 daughters, Emily and Daisy, both of whom have ventured into acting. Seems like talent runs in the family.
It's a great way of learning about rejection and learning to sort of center themselves and find out who they are.
But that's not all. In October 2023, Anthony reunited with some of his old Buffy pals for an audio series, Slayers, a Buffyverse story. Fans were thrilled to hear him reprise his role as Giles alongside Charisma Carpenter and the next actor, James Marsters as Spike. This platinum-haired vampire became one of the show's biggest sex symbols. But who would have thought that in real life, he's had quite a journey to self-acceptance, even going to therapy.
I find happiness in coming into contact with other people. Like today, I'm happy.
He's had guest and recurring roles in shows like Hawaii Five-0, Smallville, Supernatural, and Witches of East End. But acting isn't his only gig. He's been rocking out with his band, Ghost of the Robot, since 2002. They dropped an album in 2023 called Tin Man, featuring a track he wrote way back during Buffy. In his personal life, Marsters has had some ups and downs. He was married to Leanne Davidson, with whom he shares a son, Sullivan, but they split in 1997. He later married Patricia Rahman in 2011, though they divorced just before their 10th anniversary. On top of that, he took on the responsibility of raising his niece when she was 5, after his brother couldn't care for her. Now, let's talk about Buffy's leading man. David Boreanaz as Angel. The brooding vampire heartthrob from the series and its spin-off Angel has carved quite an impressive path in television.
It was a phenomenal time. It was a great show to be on. I must say, I really enjoyed that.
He took on the role of FBI agent Seeley Booth in Bones, captivating audiences for 12 seasons. Then, he led the military drama SEAL team for 7 years.
Always been a challenge. Every day there's some sort of adversity for the character.
Since the show wrapped, David told he is ready to give his body a rest after the physical demands, having undergone multiple MRIs in recent months. Beyond acting, David's an ardent supporter of the Philadelphia Eagles. But while his career was soaring, his personal life hit a rough patch in 2010. News broke that he had cheated on his wife, Jaime Bergman, with the Tiger Woods' alleged mistress, Rachel Uchitel. To make matters worse, Jaime was pregnant with their second child at the time. David later admitted that this affair actually saved their marriage, calling it a bonding experience in the long run. Despite the drama, he and Jaime are still together, and they've built a life with their 2 kids, Jaden and Bella. They even started a nail polish brand, Chrome Girl, together. What an unexpected side hustle. Meanwhile, Boreanaz's on-screen love has one of the strongest families in Hollywood. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy. After the hit show, she starred in Scooby-Doo 2 and The Grudge, before taking a break in 2009 to focus on her daughter Charlotte. But by 2011, she was back, starring in and executive producing Ringer on the CW. Sarah later worked alongside Robin Williams on The Crazy Ones, a project that meant so much to her that, after his passing in 2014, she took another career break to grieve. But Buffy never stays down for long. She co-founded Food Stirs, wrote a cookbook, and lent her voice to Star Wars Rebels and Robot Chicken. In 2023, she made a major return to TV with Wolfpack on Paramount+, a supernatural drama where she not only starred, but also served as an executive producer. And Gellar's comeback keeps gaining momentum. She's now appeared in Dexter prequel, Original Sin.
I loved the show, and I thought, oh, it'd been so cool to be on it, and, I missed my window, and then you learn, wait, maybe it could still happen.
For those wondering, yes, she and Freddie Prinze Jr. are still going strong. The couple, who met while filming I Know What You Did Last Summer, recently celebrated 22 years of marriage with a romantic getaway. They're basically a real-life friends-to-lovers rom-com, sharing 2 teenage children together.
Food and funny. Those are our secrets, right? Food and funny?
Food and funny.
And here's the bombshell. Buffy is coming back officially. While Gellar won't be the lead, she's playing a major role in Hulu's revival, mentoring a new Slayer.
But it just seems like the world needs a superhero now.
According to her, the idea came from a conversation with producer Gail Berman and Oscar-winning director Chloe Zhao. After an intense 4-hour chat, Gellar finally felt the revival was in the right hands.
I think we're getting close.
And the recent news about Buffy's sister has completely shocked fans. Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn Summers. The 39-year-old actress was found dead in a New York City apartment on February 26th by her mother. According to police, Trachtenberg had recently undergone a liver transplant and may have been experiencing complications. However, the exact cause of death will be determined by the medical examiner. Lately, fans had barely recognized her, and many grew concerned about her health after noticing changes in her appearance. But Michelle didn't hold back when responding to speculation. "I have never had plastic surgery. I am happy and healthy. Check yourself, haters." She was clearly upset by the comments on social media and fired back at fans who expressed concern. "Explain to me how I look sick. Did you lose a calendar and not realize I'm not 14? Michelle had previously been open about her struggles with body image and the pressures of the entertainment industry, especially during her childhood. "The kids were cruel. I still have scars from being thrown downstairs and slammed into lockers head first. She became a star before she even hit her teens, thanks to Harriet the Spy, and, of course, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. In the early 2000s, Michelle was everywhere. Eurotrip, Gossip Girl, 17 Again. But in later years, she mostly stepped away from acting, except for a brief return as Georgina in the Gossip Girl reboot. She also hosted Meet, Marry, Murder, a true crime documentary series. When it came to her personal life, Michelle was notoriously private. She was engaged to talent agent Jay Cohen in 2020, but what happened after that remains unknown. She also dated Shawn Ashmore, who shared a heartfelt tribute to his ex-girlfriend after her passing. She was an incredible person, and I will always remember the years we spent together fondly. This is an incredible loss. Michelle's passing has left Hollywood and her fans in shock. Many of her former co-stars turned to social media to express their condolences, including Kim Cattrall, who worked with her on the 2005 film Ice Princess. She simply wrote, "Rest in peace, sweet Michelle." Chase Crawford from Gossip Girl also paid tribute, posting photos with Michelle and calling her one of a kind. "I remember her coming on set for the first time and just absolutely owning it. She was a force of nature and just so unapologetically funny and magnetic." Another Gossip Girl star, Ed Westwick, expressed his sadness via Instagram stories. "Sending prayers." Rosie O'Donnell, who starred alongside Michelle in Harriet the Spy, called her passing heartbreaking. "I loved her very much. She struggled the last few years. I wish I could have helped." Several of her Buffy co-stars also shared emotional tributes. Alyson Hannigan posted archived photos from their time on set, adding, "I am deeply saddened by the news of Michelle's passing. She brought such a loving energy to the set of Buffy." James Marsters wrote that his heart is heavy. "We have lost a beautiful soul. Michelle was fiercely intelligent, howlingly funny, and a very talented person." David Boreanaz reacted to the news on his Instagram story. "So very sad, horrible news. R.I.P. and prayers to her and her family." Emma Caulfield, who played Anya on Buffy, wrote, "Our Buffy family lost a little sister today." As tributes continue to pour in from friends, co-stars, and fans, one thing is clear. Michelle's legacy will live on through the unforgettable characters she brought to life. Rest in peace, Michelle. You will be deeply missed.